Good morning, everybody. Mike McCoy here. There's my little dog. He's just checking everything out. He's kind of happy this morning. Boy, ain't it a beautiful day. Old Glory's just moving just ever so gently. Let's see. I don't see no birds down there in my bird bathing feeder. And I really appreciate P. Walter. He showed he had to set up something similar to this, and I thought, well, I'll do that. So I'm really copying this. Ain't no original idea. But I enjoy watching them birds down there pecking around, washing, cleaning up and stuff. Well, fall is a-coming. The garden is just about done its due. We are getting a few watermelons out of the garden down there, and they are delicious. Our garden is done right well this year. And we raised some of the best tomatoes this year that I have ever raised in my life. German Pink. It's German Pink, and they've got some numbers at the end of them. I don't remember what they are. But them was the best tomatoes, and they was something about this chemo or my treatment or something. Just all of a sudden made me, the tomatoes just made me sick. I can't even stand to look at them now. And that really disappoints me. That yonder's our pile of lumber. We've still got a little bit of lumber and still got some more to saw. We're still sawing. I'll try to get a video of that next week. Started a new chapter in my journey with this cancer this morning. Peels. I don't have to do chemo no more, and well, traditional chemo is some kind of peel. I reckon it's chemo too. I don't know, but I took the first ones this morning, and being I'm a worrywart, I was afraid I'd have a reaction, but I ain't. Our big old jaybird flew in there, so. But that's about where we're at with that. Everything's going fairly well. It's been blistering hot down here, and that heat just kills me. Yesterday, I overdone it yesterday. I hauled 3 loads of chips from here to Fairview, and it's probably 30-40 miles out there, and it's a winding road, a lot of gear changing stuff. And then I had to go get my peels at the cancer center, and I just absolutely overdid it. I thought I was really going to have to pay a price for it. But I feel pretty good this morning. Well, I feel real good, really. I don't need to lie about it. And I just laughing. I was giving David Haley a hard time about a snake he found in his bulldozer. I told him, I said, you ever come down south here, there's a lot of these churches he could show his snake handling skills at where they hold snakes and dance around. And somebody asked me, said, did you and Mother ever go to one of them churches? And I said, no. I figure I'll meet the Lord soon enough. With this cancer and everything, I ain't gonna be handling no snakes. I don't see much point in it. If that's what you believe in, you go for it, buddy. But not this old man. It got pretty popular down here for a while. You heard about it just every once in a while about these little churches popping up. Had snake handlers or whatever you call it. I don't know what their denomination is, but and then it sort of died away. And I think what happened, now I'm not sure on this, somebody knows more about it than me probably does, but they also got to drinking poison, some of the members. I guess to show their faith in the Lord that they wouldn't die, and some of them did die. I mean, I know of one that I read about it died, and I think that sort of tapered it off, and you don't hear much about it. A good friend of mine's a cop. He's a retired cop, but he said back in the 70s he got a call said, there's some people up here at this church and they've got a bunch of snakes. And he told them, said, well, there's nothing I can do, you know, freedom of religion and stuff. They can do whatever they want to do. And he rode up there just to see what's going on. He said, sure enough, I was in there holding them snakes dancing around. I said, did you go in? He said, nope. But, you know, it's just whatever floats your boat. If that's what you want to do it. It's the way I look at it. If I felt the Lord was telling me to take up a snake, I would, but I just don't think he talks to me like that. Me and him talks just every once in a while, but it ain't about snakes. But, you know, it's whatever you want. And I've got a terrible fear of snakes. As I had an old Ford road tractor, a single axle road tractor down there. And it was like from back in the 60s. And it had been sitting there for probably 5 years. And I needed a part off that thing. I don't even remember what it was. But anyway, I went down there and there's briars and weeds and stuff growed up there and got me a stick and I beat it down as best I could. And I peeped around the front of it. Whatever I needed was right on the front. And as I run my head around through there, I honestly believe a black snake tickled into my nose with its tongue. That's how close we was. I screamed like a little girl. I really did. That like broke my neck of getting out there. Them briars skint me all over. It was just awful. After I got over there and got my composure back, I kind of laughed about it, but I didn't go back over there where that snake is at. When we first moved here, there was black snakes everywhere. And when we first put the mill in down there, I don't know what it was, but it must have been about the vibration of that motor sitting there running. There's one, I wouldn't kill them for a long, I won't kill black snake now unless it's right up here at the house or something. And that thing keeps coming to that motor, and we finally had to kill it. I don't know what its plan was, but that was it. And has any of you ever heard of a black racer? I've seen two in my life, and both of them was at the same time. We was picking blackberries. And I was just a small child. And they come down this field, growed up field, and they was a good 2-3 foot up off their heads was that high off the ground. And they wasn't big at all. They wasn't much bigger than my thumb now, I don't think. But I've never seen nothing move out like that. It scared me to death. And they just come by us and right on down out of sight they went. I mean, they was moving out. I bet you, I don't know how fast it was going. But I'd heard of black racers, but that's the only two I ever seen. And how they got that high off the ground and could move that fast is a mystery to me. And where I growed up over there, you never seen a poison snake. I never seen a poisonous snake the whole time I was over there. So, and I've never seen many poison snakes out in the wild. I've seen a few copperheads and never seen a rattlesnake. But now I don't look for stuff like that either. And my neighbor down here, matter of fact, I guess you can see his garage right through there. He's got cattle down there, and he's had 2 cows bit by copperheads. And there's a branch down there, and I think they're in that branch. They're around close to it. But it's a sawmill or around your house, I've never seen anything other than just a regular old garter snake or a black snake. We've got some huge black snakes here. But I just thought I'd check in, talk about all this stuff, just have a little talk. Now, I ain't sawing as much as I was, but I'm going to continue sawing. And I'll have some more sawing videos. And if you, I wished I could come up with a better format, you know, to talk to. For I know you don't want to look at me and just looking at my yard. I'm sure it gets boring too. So we'll have to talk about that. Talk at you later.